Well, to discuss the significance of this milestone, we've invited the South African Rooibos Council Director, Nicie Vorster. Thank you so much indeed for joining us, and welcome to you.
Good evening. Thank you very much.
I can see that smile on your face. It's been a long battle, but there you are, victorious.
Yes, no, it's certainly been a long battle. It started, like you just said, 10 years ago. It actually started much before that. Even in the 1990s, we started working with the Western Cape government to try and get to this stage. And I think this marks really a milestone in the journey to promote and protect and grow Rooibos as a truly South African brand.
All right, so help us understand this PDO status. What does it actually mean? And is Rooibos unique, completely unique to our part of the world?
It is indeed unique. We know of and we have seen many countries and many people trying to cultivate it internationally in other countries without success to date. But that doesn't mean that they won't try in future. It does seem, however, like in the Western Cape, in the Cederberg, as you said earlier, the climate, the soil, the altitude, the wind directions, and the combination of all those things are just perfect for Rooibos cultivation. But I think it's critical that we protect the brand and we protect the heritage and the traditional knowledge of Rooibos as a truly South African brand. And I think that's really where the PDO status comes in. Although only European and accepted in Europe, it's well known globally, and it really gives us a chance to, on the one end, protect the brand, but on the other end, to really grow it even further and make sure the whole world learns about Rooibos and how special it is.
So up until now, does that mean that somebody could sell a similar product and perhaps even call it Rooibos in the EU?
Yes, so we've seen these attacks from various sides. On the one end, people calling something Rooibos where there isn't really Rooibos in the product. But on the other end, people just using the name, registering brand names similar globally. So definitely we've come across those. Fortunately, we've been able to fight it off as the Rooibos Council, which is an industry body to protect and promote Rooibos. But it has now really given us just extra momentum and an extra fighting chance.
All right, so I suppose this increases the value intrinsically of the product, doesn't it? Because now people will be looking specifically for Rooibos, knowing that it's genuine Dinkum Rooibos.
Yes, no, definitely. And specifically in Europe, the PDO trademark and PDO logo is very well known. And we've really seen, as you said earlier, a lot of exports happening, 50% of the crops being exported. And internationally, people want to know that the Rooibos they have is the true South African Rooibos out there. So definitely this will build the brand further. It gives us an extra angle in marketing. And it protects the consumers out there ultimately to know that your Rooibos they drink comes from where it's supposed to come from, the home of Rooibos, the Western Cape.
Much like champagne, everybody else has to call themselves a sparkling wine, but it's not just country specific, it's very region specific as well. Is that the same with Rooibos? It must come from this area in South Africa only.
Yes, no, they're really quite specific with this protected designation of origin. It goes as far as to basically link a particular product from a particular region. It also talks to a particular quality of that product. So very, very specific. And it's great to really be associated with those products that you've just mentioned. Parma ham is another one that also got PDO protection. So it does really talk about the region. At the moment, we see the Rocky Mountains of the Cederberg and parts of the Northern Cape, mostly in the Western Cape, the only places where Rooibos can successfully be grown. But yes, it's specific to that region.
I suppose to protect the brand, you've got to make sure that all your members produce a certain standard of product.
Yes, definitely need to make sure that happens. We also have, standards, agricultural standards in place. We work closely with government whenever there's changes to that. So it's definitely a relationship between the producers, the processors, the marketers, government, and the industry as a whole. And I think to date, we've really developed good structure, good specifications, and good quality standards.
So you've conquered Europe. Is there ambitions or an ability to be able to protect the brand in other territories?
Yes, indeed. And that would be the next step. In fact, we've already started with that journey. Hopefully, it doesn't also take 10 years. But through the World Trade Organization, there is further protection that one can get. And we will most certainly try and get that.
All right. So what is it about Rooibos that has this special and unique quality?
Yeah, I think it's from two angles. On the one end, mostly still consumed as a beverage today, as typically as an infused hot beverage. So it's naturally sweet, it's naturally caffeine free. It's a great tasting product. Works great with blends, whether that's fruit infusions or honey or cinnamon or whatever. So on the one end, as a beverage compared to what else is out there, it is really popular. But then on the other end, it's really becoming a functional beverage. So we've been doing and funding a lot of research over the years as the Rooibos Council, and there's really a host of health benefits that's come to the fore. Ultimately, it's a beverage that's rich in antioxidants, but we also found a host of other health benefits, and the combination of the fact that it's really a good and nice tasting beverage that's also good for you. The combination really works well for Rooibos, and that is the main reason, in my view at least, why Rooibos has been on this growth trajectory.
All right. What about issues like climate change? Is that affecting things at all? Or are you still able somehow to get the quality still at this high levels?
Yes, no, I mean, it's a dry land crop, first and foremost, agricultural crop. So definitely exposed to climatic factors and climate change. So that is a challenge, but a lot of work also being done on that front as an industry. We've seen a lot of changes in the agricultural sector, how to work better with the limited water available and new farming methods, better farming methods. And then also, as the Rooibos Council and the industry, we've been working quite closely with government, with NGOs to create what we call the Greater Cederberg Biodiversity Corridor, with the purpose of preserving that area's unique biodiversity. So there's quite a big area that's already under conservation and quite strictly managed.
All right. And this PDO status, is it for a set time or you're protected into infinity?
Yes, no, it's not for a set time. That's probably why it takes so long to get there. As long as Rooibos is produced in that area, it will be applicable, and that's why we aim to widen the scope of it in future.
Well, congratulations on getting this status, and we're very proud as South Africans to make sure that our products are flying high all over the world. Thank you so much and well done.
Thank you very much. Always good to get some good news in these times as well.
Yeah, absolutely right. Thanks so much, Nicie.
Thank you.
All right, that's Nicie Vorster, who's from the South African Rooibos Council, director there. And great news, Rooibos has now got special status in the European Union. Nobody can claim the name, the brand Rooibos, unless it's grown here in South Africa in the Cederberg region. So great news for South Africa, great news for Rooibos. I think I'm going to have a cup of Rooibos during the break. See you afterwards.